All right. Hey, Team Passion. It is Monday night, the first Monday in May, May 2nd. So we are all starting at Success Club Zero together. Yay! Right? Even me. Oh, Chrissy has two. She's not starting at zero. I actually have -2 right now. I had a return today of a challenge pack. So I'm in the negative right now. So awesome. Lindsay has two. Way to go. That's because Lindsay and Chrissy are soul sisters. Awesome. I love it. They like talk the same. Their voices are exactly the same. If they both tried to call me, I wouldn't know who was who. Um, awesome. So tonight we are going to just go back to the basics. Every once in a while, I really like to take us back because when I started this business almost 6 years ago, all that existed for training was the Coach Online office, and half of it was there. So it was very much like figure this business out. There were no challenge groups, there were no challenge packs. It was just like, let's get on Shakeology, let's do a fitness program, let's figure this out together. So now I feel like sometimes there's an overload of information, right? And new coaches are like, what is happening? And so let me first start the call by saying we have put a system in place for you, the Team Passion System for Success, to help alleviate that stress of feeling completely overwhelmed. This system is proven to be working really, really well. You just have to follow it. So the steps to that are your coach will give you a job manual, and it's just a quick paragraph. It's not quick. It's a paragraph, and it has 4 weeks. Your first 4 weeks in the business and what you should be doing. And the first week it gives you a link to our coach module system. And this coach module system has 5 modules in it. Again, we're revamping that, but currently it has 5 modules in there that take you through like how to set up your website, what is your website, like how do you tell people to go to your website. Like we just start from the basics, from the very beginning. So everything that I had to learn on my own, we've handed you in this job manual. And then in the coach modules, okay, step by step, and it tells you your first 4 weeks in the business, kind of what you should be doing. So as new coaches, what I want you to do, and as leaders who are training their new coaches, make sure you remind your new coaches, and if you are a new coach, go, like if you started a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and you're starting to get it a little bit, you've sold a couple challenge packs, you may have a challenge group running, go back and watch the coach modules again, because they're going to make so much more sense the second time around. Then after you do that, you get put in a 7-day quick start group, which just started today. It's the first Monday of every month. I'm loving, I was talking to Holly today. Holly's here. I was talking to her today because she has 2 coaches in there right now who have been coaches, well, one just a month, but one for a couple months. And the one that's been doing this for a couple months, this is, I think, is it her second time in the 7-day quick start, Holly, you think, Emily? Yeah. So it's her second time in the 7-day quick start, and I love it because right out of the gate, she went and posted a video on her timeline. So the first assignment you get is either post your why in the comments in a paragraph or go post your video. And she went and posted her video, and I'm pretty sure the first time she did the group, she didn't. She probably posted in the comments her why. So I love that. So again, the 7-day quick start group is not just for new coaches. They're for coaches that are still trying to find their way or are trying to revamp their business or aren't consistently hitting Success Club yet. Go do the 7-day quick start group over and over and over, right? That's how you learn, by repetitively doing things, right? So there's no shame in it being your 5th time in the 7-day quick start. Like, so I don't care. I love that. Like, I love that you have that hunger for learning and want to do that. So please feel free to always jump in every time we start a new one, for sure. So do that. So again, the job manuals, the coach module system, and the 7-day quick start, just do it over and over and over again until it becomes second nature. And by second nature, I'm talking about the 4 vital behaviors now. So we're going to kind of just dive into what those are. And I want you guys to jump in and ask questions. If you can unmute yourself and ask a question, it's a little easier because it's hard for me to talk and try to read the chat box. So the first one is being a product of the product, right? So there shouldn't be really many questions on this, but if you have a question, please ask it. So it's, drink your shake and do your workout, right? Done, right? Not always easy. You guys know I don't love working out, so it's tricky for me, but I do it. So I don't ever miss my shake. I don't even know. I would fall asleep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon walking if I missed my shake. So make sure that you're being a product of the product, right? That's clear. The second one, I'm going to hold off on the second one. It's invite. I'm going to come back to it because I have a feeling that's going to be where most of the questions are. So the third one is your personal development. So let's dive into that. Oh, my favorite, right? That is this. If you're doing everything else in this business, you're like, I'm inviting, I'm forming, I get challenge groups running, but I'm not succeeding in this business. I'm not hitting Success Club. I'm not doing this. Either the answer is always what? You're either not talking to enough people or you're not doing your personal development. And usually it could be a combo of both, but a lot of times people are like, no, I am talking to a lot of people. You're not doing your personal development. And you may not be doing it enough. You may not be doing it consistently enough, and you may not be doing the right one. So please always assess your personal development. You have to self-assess your personal development often. If you're reading a book and you're like, I'm just going to read this book because I was told to, and I just got to find my way through it, and you're reading like 2 pages a day and like ready to just chuck it out the window, freaking put the book down. It's not your book. You're not ready for it. It's not your book. Don't read it. Stop. Don't force a book just because I said it was amazing. You don't have to like it. We don't all like the same things, okay? So make sure you're assessing your personal development often. If you're like, you're like, I've read Go for No, I've read The Slight Edge, I've read The Compound Effect, I've read Eat That Frog, but you've never tapped into an emotional book, that's an issue too, because you're not getting to the root of being successful in this business. So being successful in this business, I think we said it last week on last week's call, the week before, this business is nothing like you have ever done before. So you have got to become almost not a completely different person, because you don't want to lose yourself, obviously, but you're going to become a different person along the way. So when I started this business 6 years ago, I am not who I am today. I'm not who I am a week ago or a month ago sometimes. My leadership grows, and the leaders that have been with me for a couple years know, there were times where I was like losing it a year or two ago. And now, I've pulled myself back together, and we're, you just always have to assess what you're doing. What are you doing? And that can be done through journaling. Amy's taking you guys all through an amazing journaling class right now. It can be done through therapy. No shame in the therapy game. Please call your insurance and make sure it's covered and go find a therapist, please. It is so huge. I went about 2 years ago, when I told you I lost it a couple minutes ago. I went to therapy about 2 years ago. I was like, this isn't right. This isn't how this business is supposed to feel. I need to go see someone. And I had to work through some internal stuff that was holding me back from the success that I knew I deserved from childhood. And so it wasn't pretty. There were tears. I would come out of the thing. Mark would go with me because, for those of you who don't know me, we had to go into the city in Boston, and I can't handle, my sense of direction. Like, Mark, let me tell you this. Last night we were at the recital, and I was like, Mark, I have to go put Sammy's costume, not the recital, the competition. I have to go put her costume back in the car. Where's the car? Here were the options, guys, okay? So please don't ever follow me anytime you see me at Summit or somewhere. Don't follow me. Here were my options. Walk out the front door. Either go left or right. Mark told me the car was on the right. What freaking way did I go? left. In the rain. What is, he's like, I said right. I'm like, I know. So I have zero sense of direction. So I was like, Mark, I need you to take me into Boston. So he would take me into Boston because I would have went the wrong way on the freaking subway and I would have been going back and forth. So he takes me to Boston every week for this therapy appointment. I would get out of the therapy appointment and he would say, how was it? And I'm like, ugh. Like I was drooling. Like I know, like it just drains you, but it's so good. It drains you to bring you back up to where you need to be. So please, if you need, not if you need therapy, because we all do, but if you can get to a therapist, please do. So that can be part of your personal development. And reading those emotional books like Life's Golden Ticket, Greatest Miracle in the of the World. I think it's by Og Mandino. The Energy Bus, Act Like Success, Think Like Success. Lots of really good ones out there that just really make you stop and think about your purpose in life. And just, is this what you're supposed to be doing? Like you can get some answers from books like that. So please make sure you are doing that every single day. I've said this many times. If at the end of the day, if you worked like an 18-hour day, you're completely exhausted, but you are so committed to your Beachbody business and you have like 15 minutes before your eyes are about to close, the one vital behavior I want you to do is this one. It's personal development. Skip the invites if it's because it's going to be, it's not going to work if you're like a zombie and you're just inviting to invite. Like you've got to have, the invites have to be real. The newest vital behavior is recognition. I kind of have a hard time with this one. I don't really know if it needs to be a vital behavior because it's super fun and we all like to recognize people. But I love that it's there, so we're just going to go with it. It's so fun to recognize people. So here's what you want to do with this vital behavior. You want to recognize when someone posts their before and after for the first time. When someone posts, can you guys hear my dog snoring? Gwenny. Sorry, she's like so loud right here. She's running too. She's chasing something. So, telling your team, recognizing your team when they post that before and after, when they post a video for the first time, when they post anything for the first time. Some people aren't even, don't even like social media. So when they post anything for the first time, when they invite their first challenger, all of those things, you're definitely going to recognize a rank advancement. We recognize income, we recognize volume, we recognize Success Club points. Like we do all that for sure. Those are the outcomes of their behavior, but make sure you're recognizing your coach's behaviors. Make sure you're paying attention to what your coaches are doing each day on social media so that you can recognize them publicly for how much of an amazing job they're doing. So you want to recognize behavior that you want to be repeated, right? So make sure you're recognizing, recognize your challengers. I'll have such an amazing post from one of my challengers and I forget to ask if I can take it and post it. So I'll just use their first name. I'll just post, oh my gosh, Sue just posted this, and I'll just copy and paste it. And then Sue will be like, oh, thank you. Woo-hoo. I'm like, oh, good. But try to ask and say, hey, Sue, could I post that to my status? And usually they say, absolutely. And then you get to tag them so that their friends will see them and be recognized. One of the first things in the job manual in the first week, it tells you to take a picture of your opened Beachbody Challenge box and tag your coach and thank them for having you join them. That's an easy first post. So we tell you exactly what your first post should be, and then your coach, you use that first vital behavior, fourth vital behavior, but you recognize your coach. So it's pretty cool kind of how that all works. So those being a product of the product, doing your personal development every day, no matter what, 7 days a week. Don't skip a day of personal development. 7 days a week, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you are feeling frustrated in this business, an hour, Like, make sure and don't, if you're feeling frustrated in the business, please don't do an hour of GoPro. Like, you need to do an hour of something emotional. So ask if go to find E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher on YouTube, or Shalene on YouTube, or just Brendan Bouchard, Tony Robbins, any of those big time authors. Go and listen to their YouTube videos for an hour. I've actually told people, they're like, I am so frustrated in this business, Nicole, I'm ready to quit. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see you for 72 hours, and I want you to go watch YouTube and come back to me. And if I see them post on Facebook, I'm like, hey, what'd I say? It's like, I want you to go away for 3 full days so that you can just immerse yourself in YouTube videos. So make sure that you are not skipping that behavior. And then recognition, super fun. Recognize the behaviors that you want to see more people doing. Okay? Invite. Okay, so this will probably take up the rest of our call. First, any questions up until this point? Anyone? All right. So we're going to talk about inviting. First, I want to share with you that those of you, who are like, I'm having a hard time inviting, I'm having a hard time building my contact list, I'm having a hard time, how to invite, all of those things. Our YouTube channel is full of these Zooms that we have recorded that will have tons of info for you. That we did one a couple weeks ago, the inviting process. Okay, so I'm going to go over this stuff really quick. But I want to take you back to 6 years ago when I started this business. Again, back to the basics. I had no idea what I was doing. I was a brand new coach. I didn't know what I was doing. Listen to me here on exactly what you should be doing every day for the inviting process. I posted a live video the other day about how to post on social media properly. I did it in the Team Passion page. I know I've just been randomly going live. That's kind of how I am. I try not to plan stuff. If I have a thought, I'm just going to go live. So luckily that records for you guys. Usually there's only like 5 of you watching me, but I'm like, I don't care. I just need when I have something to say, I got to get it out. So I posted a live video. I lost my train of thought. I posted a live video about how to post on social media. So we have a post that's called, we have a file in the Team Passion page, the Facebook page, called Social Media Post Guidelines. And I took this right from Janelle Summers. Janelle Summers has trained on this topic probably every summit that I've seen her, and it's the same advice, right? She tells you, how to just be real on social media. So I took it to the next level the other day on a training, and I took Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. Great book. His first book, Crush It, is way easier to read and gives you the gist of social media posting too. He's really, really good. Jab, 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 Right Hook, I didn't finish because it was one of those like, oh gosh, I can't finish this book. So I instead of getting frustrated, yes, Megan, Jab, 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 Right Hook. I took it away because I couldn't, I was bored. But I got the gist of it. So he tells you what you want to do is every day on your social media, you want to be jabbing. So meaning give someone free content, give someone value, give someone free content, and then the right hook is come join me. Okay, so your social media can't look like a sales page. First of all, Facebook will shut you down. They will ban your page because that's not what you're supposed to do. And second of all, your friends are gonna tell you to go take a hike because all you're doing is trying to sell them something. Like, you can't go from talking about your family and life to all of a sudden flipping the switch on becoming a Beachbody coach and trying to sell all day long. It's not going to work. So the jabs are things like, here's my favorite Chickology recipe that I made today, or I'm loving my new workouts. I can't believe I'm getting up at 6 a.m. to work out. Who's this new me? Here's a great recipe that I found that is, quick, clean eating, or meal prepping ideas, or a motivational quote, and then ask a question about how they interpret the quote. Just talking about life in general. Like I love just asking people. Like tonight, I asked people. I did the countdown of when we're going to Nashville and then we're going to Disney, and I'm like, "Where's your next vacation?" Like, just talk to people. People love talking about themselves. So just ask them a question. So those are all your jabs. You're offering free value, or you're entertaining them, or you're just giving. I posted a meme thing tonight that well, it's not a meme, but it's a thing about guys with women and how the answer is always wine. It's been shared like 12 times. I posted it like a half hour ago. So just make, and it's just entertaining. There was no purpose for me to do it. I'm not looking for a sale. It was cute. I liked it. I shared it. So that, make sure you're entertaining, educating, offering value, offering tips, talking about life, giving value, giving free advice. Those are all your jabs. And then your right hook is, I have a challenge group starting in 2 weeks. I'm looking for 10 people who want to get healthy and fit before the summer starts. Message me or click like for more info. Like that's your right hook. And you're not going to do that every day. You're probably going to do that every 3 days, I would say. Okay? But you're talking about life, you're talking about you, and you're talking about what you're doing health and fitness wise every single day. So when you do send someone a private message, they know that why you're sending them the message. Like when you do send someone an invite and say, hey, I saw that you liked my post. I'm looking for 10 people. Can we chat some more? What are your health and fitness goals? That can be one of your invites. So the next part in this inviting process is many of you want scripts from me. I hear all the time, please give me a script. Please give me a script. Just tell me what to say. I'll do it. I'll do whatever you say. Just tell me what to say. I'm not you. I'm very hesitant on doing this training. I swear I get asked 3 to 5 times a week. Just give me a script. I don't want to. I just don't want to, because I want your invites to feel genuine and feel personal to you, and you sending to that person on the other end. My invites are very similar, especially in the beginning. They said something like, hey, not sure if you saw my social media post about starting my next challenge group, but this is what I'm doing lately, or this is what I'm doing now. I just started with Beachbody and I'm loving how I'm feeling, and I'm looking for other people to join me. Is this something you'd be interested in hearing more about? That's it. I'm not sure if you've seen my post. I'm not sure if this would interest you. Here's my spiel. Let me know if you're interested. Here's a way to think about your inviting. Think about what you have received in the past from other MLM consultants and how you've completely ignored it. And don't do that. You can tell it's copied and pasted. You can tell their leader gave them a script. You can tell that script is coming from the upline. I actually had two preschool teachers that used to teach Sammy just send me 2 cookie cutter things inviting me to a book, an online book thing that I totally would have gone to if that's not what I received. I deliberately ignored them and did not go buy books from them because of the way it was presented to me. They know me. They've known me for 9 years, and they didn't say, and one of them used to babysit the girls. It wasn't, hey, Nicole, how are you? How are the girls? I just became this consultant with these books. I don't know if you remember. I used to do it before. Are you interested? That's all I wanted. And I got, hey, so it was so scripted. I'm like, did she really just do that? And some days, if you catch me on a good day, I may go back and train her. Hey, Erica, thank you so much for doing that. I don't recommend you doing that, but I didn't, because I was like, no. And then her hostess, who was her assistant teacher for Sammy, sent me the same message. I'm like, Did that just happen? So think of those. That's not what you want to if you were on the receiving end of that, you ignore it or you get upset and you're like, that was so not personal enough. So that's why I don't want to give you a script, because that's how it's going to sound. So you have to make it sound personal and like you're talking to that person. You have to make it conversational, especially with business invites. I think this is why I find business invites so much easier, because I specifically start with, hey, Holly, I've been watching your social media posts. Your daughter's so cute. I love that she's into horses. Like, how cool is that? I've been following you, and I love your energy, and I would love to have you on my Beachbody team. Have you ever thought about what I do? Like, you gotta get into people's, hey, Chrissy, oh my gosh, your workout posts are amazing. Your abs are awesome. I would love to have someone just like you on my team. Would you be interested in hearing more? Like, hey, Cheryl, you're a mom just like me. I struggle with working out too. I see your posts and your kids getting all in the way. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? That's it. Like, you just find a way in, compliment them, tell them what you love about them. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? That's it. Okay. So in the beginning, I started with 250 friends on Facebook. That was it. I had no idea what I was doing on Facebook. I was just learning. So what I did is I wrote all 250 names down. Fresh slate before I started. So I didn't have any Beachbody coaches in comment because I didn't know anybody yet. Okay, so fresh slate, wrote all 250 names down. Each day I would choose 5. And I would go through the list and I would say, okay, when's the last time I talked to this person? If it was forever ago, I would just send them a message. Hey, Sue, how are you? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we graduated so long ago. Do you have any kids? What's up? Okay. The next message might be, oh, this is my aunt or something. So I'm just going to tell them what I'm doing. Hey, I just want to let you know that I just started a new business opportunity. I hope things are well for you. I'd love to share a little bit about what I'm doing. Would you be interested in hearing about my health and fitness journey? Okay, so do I know the person or don't I know the person? Is this a form? Is this an invite? And I would do 5 of those a day, sometimes 10, depending on what the girls were doing, because they were 2 months old and 4 years old. So if we were having a rough day, I would do 5. But if we were having a good day and I could plop them in that bouncy and put Cinderella on, I would do 10, 15, 20. I would just go down the list. So then what I would do after I did that, so I'd work out in the morning. I would be my product of the product. I would change and feed the girls. I would do my invites. I used to do my personal development first because that pumped me up. Do your personal development first before you do those invites. It's kind of like either do that or drink a glass of wine. Whatever you want to do to get yourself moving, or a mimosa if it's early. So whatever you got to do to just kind of chill to get your invites going. I recommend personal development, but I'm not opposed to the wine. So just go ahead and do whatever you got to do to psych yourself up, listen to whatever that song is that gets you moving, do it, listen to it, do your invites. Then the next thing I would do, as I was like done with I was like, oh, I just did all 3 vital behaviors already, and it's 10 a.m. and I stink and haven't showered yet, but that's okay. And my house is a mess and the dishes are in the sink, but we're good. You do your 3 vital behaviors right away. And then the next step is training. So I would go, okay, what can I go learn? And the girls are still good. What can I go learn in the Coach Online office? And I would just start learning. I would go into Bob Lucido or Keith Callahan's page, and I'd be like, what are they doing? They didn't know what they were doing either. They were only 6 months ahead of me. So we were just all learning together. And so I would go to their social media. And then I would hear about Hillary Kelly or Christine Dwyer, and I'd go to their social media and see what they were posting about. And so I would just learn for about 15, 20 minutes. Then I would go back to Facebook, and I would look under, so in your profile, you put in like where you went to college, where you went to high school, where all your past jobs, like go fill all that out. If you haven't done that yet, go fill all that out, because then what happens is you go under your friends list and you can click that category, graduated from Norton High School. Click it and then go friend 5 people or 3. I used to be able to do like 15 a day. Now Facebook's only let you do like 2 or 3. So 2 or 3 consistently. I didn't ask, do I know this person from Norton High School? I only graduated with like 137 people, so chances are I did. But did they graduate with me? I'm not sure if that was my year. Oh, did we get along in high school? Who freaking cares? We're older now. Like, I didn't judge anyone. I just friend request. It was mostly the girls, but friend request, friend request, friend request. And then as soon as they accepted, I would say, oh my gosh, how are you? And just talk to them about high school. I would then the next day go into my past jobs. Same thing. I would click whatever that job was, and if they worked, it gives you people who work there. Same thing. Do I know this person? I don't know. Click, click, click. Friend, friend, friend. They used to work where I worked. When they accepted my friend request, oh my gosh, do you still work there? I worked there when I was 19. Whatever, and just form with those people. College, same thing. So I would just do that, and then they would go on that big list that I started with 250. They would go back on that big list. I would add to it at the bottom. So I always had a master list handwritten next to me when I was working. So that's how I built my contact list every day. I was friending 2 to 3 new people who I may or may not have known from my past life. And I didn't worry about it, and I got to know them. And then I would form or invite. I went through my Christmas card list, and I went and I looked for all of those people. I went through my yearbook, and I went and friended all of those people. Any type of list that I could think of that I had somewhere in my house, I went back to my Party Light days, and I friended all of my Party Light hostesses. All my, I was usually friends with all the consultants, but whatever lists I had out there from my life up until age 34, I just put in names and I would sit there and think some days, I'd be like, who was that girl that I was friends with in 6th grade, but then we lost touch? Like, legitimately, like, I just was looking for anyone that I could have possibly known in any past life. And that was it. And that's how I grew my list to now, you all know I unfriend people on their birthday because I have too many people. But I won't unfriend any of you because I make sure I leave room for the team. All right, what do we have for questions? As I'm scanning this page, I see a lot of familiar faces, so I'm pretty sure you've all heard this before. So I hope your teams watch this when we're done. Does anyone have anything to add? How else do you guys build your list? How else do you guys invite? Anyone want to jump in? Does anyone do it like I do? Has anyone just randomly, I mean, not random, you have mutual friends because you have that thing in common, whatever that thing is. You also always want to make sure you're public. Unless you're posting on your Facebook, unless you're posting a picture of your children, then for sure make that just your friends. But make sure you put that back when you're done, so that you're posting globally. I see people post like a motivational quote and it's just to their friends. I'm like, really? You don't want anyone? What's that? You don't want anyone else to see that? I don't get it. So make sure that you're posting stuff like that publicly, because what happens is, say I post something and then Sarah, Holly, Chrissy Cheryl, Melissa all like it, those friends are going to see, oh, Chrissy just liked a fitness post. Let me go see what that's all about. And then, you know, it won't happen within this team, but I'm saying from your friend on your friends list, other people, their friends are going to see that that they like to post and go check out the post too. So it's kind of like a referral that you're getting without really getting a referral. So that's why you want to make sure you're public. Cool. Job manual, coach modules, 7-day quick start group over and over and over and over again until you're hitting Success Club consistently. Keep doing that freaking group. Keep doing that group and do every assignment. I don't care if you've done them 17 times. Something's not clicking, so do it again. And then these 4 vital behaviors, very, very simple. This is your to-do list. That's it. Your to-do list are the 4 vital behaviors. And then anytime you're done, I've posted before in the Team Passion page, I'm done with my vital behaviors by 9 a.m. most days. And that's after having gotten both girls ready and up and worked out, and they're on the bus at 8:45. I'm an organizational robot, but I do it. And it took years of me doing that. I have a solid to-do list. I know what I'm doing every day when I wake up. I open my cozy calendar and I'm ready to go. Like I don't wake up and go, what shall I do today? Like I know every day. Like tonight, I'll go through my cozy and be like, okay, how much time do I have tomorrow? Because I better do this maybe tonight because I won't have time tomorrow.
You know, one thing that you've been saying over and over, can you hear me?
Yes, Sarah, I hear you.
Okay. One thing you always say is to make your list on Sunday night of all the people you're gonna contact, right? You're gonna send messages to. So I finally did that, and like it was so simple and fast. And I like breezed through them, and then I sent more messages, and I never ever send like, hey, do you want to join me? It's always just, how is life? And just to get things rolling. But I was so blown away when I finally did that it just took up so much less time. So thanks. Let's start.
Thanks for listening. Implementing. Yeah, and guys, I just stopped remaking my master contact list about a year ago when I got my like page running. So for 4 years, every quarter, I would rewrite that huge list. And I would put the same people on it that haven't said yes yet. And I would just so I rewrote that big list. I pulled out the memory jogger. I downloaded people from Facebook. I went to my Beachbody customer list and I just put everybody together. And I always, at all times, had a list of 250 or more people. That was like a magic number for me, 250, because that's how I started with my friends list. So I was always like, I need to always have a master contact list with 250 people. Like that was just my number. And I had to figure out a way to make that happen. I had to figure out how to find those people. Sometimes it was at the playground. I would do a wear and share, and I would friend them right away on Facebook. Sometimes it was at the girls' school waiting to pick them up, and the moms would see, or they would ask me about something, and I'd be like, oh, let's just friend each other on Facebook. Like, that's just what I do. I don't give business cards. I never have, unless like someone is like, please, can I just have your business card? I'm like, okay, but you'll never call me. I am that with that intention. And so I make sure I get their info or I friend them right there on Facebook. I do that now with my Beachbody customers. My signature line is my Facebook because I want them to get to know me there because that's where I'm me most. That's how people can get to know you most quickly, as long as you're sharing publicly about your life. You know, you always want to know, like, if I were to go to your Facebook page right now and scroll for the past 5 days, would I know about you? Would I know that you're a Beachbody coach? Would I know that you're a mom? Would I know how many kids you have? Would I know if you work full time? Would I know what some of your struggles are? Would I know some of your challenges? Would I know where you live? Many of you on the page here, I could say, yeah. So very good. But make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're always assessing your social media page. If you're posting the same things over and over again and nobody's liking or comment, it's time to switch it up. It's time to switch it up. So self-assessing is huge in this business. You've got to come up with a better way. Anything else? Purple robe, you're quiet tonight.
Busy, girl.
Busy? Are you multitasking?
And I'm already working on getting to Success Club point.
Nice. Awesome.
I'm going to write I have a massively long old list that has my customers on it. Like the longer that you're in the business, and before when they changed it, if you were Emerald and you had your profile done and all this other, you're a club member, they automatically gave you the customers. But now you have to hit Success Club to get your customers and be Emerald. So I have a ton of people that haven't placed an order. So I've been working myself backwards from most recent to the oldest, sending out emails, and I have automatic CEO, so I can send out those cool little emails that have the links in them and things like that. I like the automatic CEO because it does the work for you.
Yep.
You have to pay monthly for it. And I don't use it enough, but that's another way to just plug in somebody's information and let them do the work of making a cool page or making an invite. That's an easy way to get a ton of them out. Or using the e-cards in the online office. I think that's another way to get your invites out, stay in touch with your customers, stay in touch with your coaches, but not spam them.
Yep. Good. Good. All right. Well, if that is it, thank you. Make sure your teams listen to this call, because as I'm sitting here, like I said, scrolling, many of you are hitting Success Club. Many of you are doing the basics. Many of you are doing this. So I do hope so thank you for getting on this, because you could still always learn something new. But make sure that your team is also aware of this call, because I think there's some good nuggets in there. And feel free to share any nuggets that you did hear tonight on the Team Passion page, so that people do listen to these calls, because we have an entire YouTube channel on these calls with any questions that are asked in the Team Passion page. I answer with, hey, we have a Zoom on that. So I know people want quick answers, but I think if they go through the training, they'll get a lot more info with that. So, all right. Thank you, guys. I believe this Wednesday night is our live power hour. So stay tuned for that announcement. And for those that are in the 7-day quick start group, make sure you do your 2 assignments a day. And those in the Sprint to Diamond, I'm having a blast with you guys. So make sure you're doing your assignments every day too. All right. Good night, guys.